Analysis on that attack overnight. I'm pleased to be joined now on the line by Louis Bernard. He's the founder of Crisotech. He's joining us from here in Paris. Thanks for your time today, sir. Just first of all, give us your initial reaction on hearing the news that the leader of the Islamic State group has been killed.
Well, militarily speaking, it's interesting because the war on terrorism doesn't really make the hard news or the headlines this past month, and so it's comforting in a way to see that high-value targets in that part of the region are being targeted by American special forces. And politically as well, it's interesting that Joe Biden was really needing good news. His presidency was not delivering maybe as much as he would have hoped. So he was really eager to have an international win. And I can say that this is probably the case.
Do you think this will have a tangible impact on Islamic State group operations in Syria? We were reporting last month on that rather outlandish attack on a prison where ISIS fighters were based. That, though, was repelled. So are the group as strong as they'd like to appear?
Oh, no, not at all, actually. Yeah, the group is much weaker than it used to be 3 or 5 years ago. But still, in that region of IDLIB, it's still a stronghold of jihadists, of rebels. And it's comforting, again, to see that the American Special Forces can enter and, based on what we can imagine is very reliable intelligence, target the very house where he was hiding. So no, the Islamic State is not as strong as it would claim, but of course one should always remember that some of its leaders attract by their own martyrdom a lot of support, and the very fact that apparently he would have killed himself rather than facing capture might make him in turn a martyr, which would not be a good news.
This was very close to where the former leader of the Islamic State group, al-Baghdadi, was also killed. We're talking still about IDLIB province in northeast Syria. Tell us a bit about that part of the country. Would you characterize that as the new sort of de facto capital of the group?
No, because I would not go as far as saying that this group has, or the Islamic State has, a capital as Mosul used to be, because a capital would require an administration, some kind of a strict organization, which used to be the case a few years ago, but cannot be said right now. So it's a rebel stronghold, let's put it like this, where jihadists are numerous, but the very fact that they are all concentrated on this small part of Syria actually shows that their geographical influence has waned a lot.
Just finally, how much of a symbolic win do you think this is for the US President, Joe Biden? I mean, he has a sort of rather rocky foreign policy record, doesn't he? I mean, many people will associate him with that rather difficult pullout from Afghanistan.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Again, he was desperately needing a foreign policy win. Afghanistan, for example, is in everybody's memory, but also the problem with over the Ukraine, with what Vladimir Putin does these days, is pushing him to have a hard stance on a region where he thought that was past and that it had already been resolved. So a foreign policy victory is very, very important politically for Joe Biden, and we can absolutely say that this is one of them.
Louis Bernard, thanks very much indeed for your time and your analysis.